The most undeniable thing that can be said about Tom Hanks is both deceptively simple and yet overwhelmingly true. He just makes the world a better place.
Tom Hanks is renowned as a leading figure in the film industry. Although his appearance might not be extraordinary, his exceptional acting skills have captivated audiences, bringing to life a series of unforgettable characters. His body of work is not only extensive, but also of high quality, ensuring both box office success and critical acclaim. Simply seeing his name on a film is enough for many people to buy a ticket. He was born on July 9, 1956, in Concord, California. His father, Amos Mefford Hanks, was a chef and restaurant owner, while his mother, Janet, was a nurse. At the age of 5, his parents separated, and Tom began living with his father. Following his father's 2 remarriages, Tom's childhood involved frequent moves. By age 10, he had lived in 5 different cities and moved homes 10 times. This nomadic lifestyle meant he had few friends, but he understood his father's struggles and remained well-behaved. Tom's early education took place at John Swett Elementary School in Martinez, California, and later at Bret Harte Middle School. He then attended Skyline High School in Oakland, where he discovered his passion for drama. After graduating in 1974, he studied acting at Shabbat College for 2 years before transferring to the drama department at California State University. During his college years, he interned at the Great Lakes Theater Festival in Cleveland, Ohio, for 3 years, working on stage lighting and set design and playing minor roles in Shakespeare plays. It was here that he met his first wife, Samantha. At 23, Tom moved to New York City to pursue acting opportunities. The early days were challenging, with frequent rejections at auditions. His first break came in 1980 with a small role in the horror film He Knows You're Alone, earning him $800. This led to a leading role in the sitcom Bosom Buddies, kickstarting his acting career. In the show, he played one of 2 men who disguised themselves as women to afford an apartment, showcasing his talent for comedy. The show gained him some recognition, and even after its end in 1982, it had positively impacted his career. In 1984, Tom met actor-turned-director Ron Howard, who was impressed by Tom's performance in Happy Days. This led to their collaboration on the film Splash, where Tom, at 28, played his first leading role as a businessman who falls in love with a mermaid. The film was a success in the US and internationally, earning Tom a significant paycheck and marking the start of a fruitful partnership with Howard. Despite starring in several films in the following years, none made a significant impact until he met his current wife, Rita Wilson, on the set of Volunteers. They married in 1988. That same year, Tom starred in Big, playing a boy who becomes an adult overnight. He delicately portrayed the innocence and kindness of a boy, while perfectly embodying an adult's body with a childlike soul, as if the performance in the film was his true self. His performance, which was not initially the first choice for the role, earned him an Oscar nomination and a Golden Globe for Best Actor. In the 1990s, Tom expanded his acting range. He starred in A League of Their Own in 1992 as an alcoholic baseball coach, gaining 30 pounds for the role. The film, also featuring Madonna,
What if my uniform bursts open and oops, my bosoms come flying out?
was based on the true story of a women's baseball league during World War II. Additionally, Tom appeared in the popular HBO series Tales from the Crypt, which ran for 7 years and featured various standalone stories blending horror, suspense, and sci-fi. The series, which included other big names like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Brad Pitt, and Daniel Craig, is remembered as a classic and a cherished part of many childhoods. In 1993, he starred with Meg Ryan in the romantic hit Sleepless in Seattle. The film was a critical and commercial success, earning $220 million globally on a $21 million budget, and became a 90s Hollywood romance classic. Meg Ryan, known as America's sweetheart at the time, was the preferred leading lady in romantic films and worked with many top male stars. She and Hanks collaborated on 3 films, becoming an iconic screen couple, with You've Got Mail also celebrated as a classic. Following Sleepless in Seattle, Hanks starred in Philadelphia, a film based on a true story, earning him his first Oscar. He and Denzel Washington played ambitious young lawyers with contrasting principles. Hanks portrayed a gay lawyer with AIDS, unjustly fired and fighting for his rights in court, winning the case before his death. To prepare, Hanks consulted medical experts, visited AIDS patients, and lost 28 pounds to authentically portray the character's illness, earning respect for his dedication and winning his first Oscar for Best Actor. In 1994, Hanks's role in Forrest Gump marked a high point in his career. He played a man with an IQ of 75 who achieves an extraordinary life, becoming a football star, war hero, and billionaire. The film, depicting American history from the 50s to the 80s, became one of the top 100 films of the American Film Institute. Forrest Gump was notable for its visual effects, especially impressive in the 90s before CGI became mainstream. The film cleverly inserted Hanks into historical footage and used special effects for scenes like the ping-pong matches and large crowd gatherings. It won the Oscar for Best Visual Effects and grossed $677 million worldwide, earning 6 Oscars and becoming the biggest winner of the year. Hanks's share of the profits made him one of the highest-paid actors of 1994, and he won his second consecutive Oscar for Best Actor. Hanks continued to shine in Hollywood. In 1995, he reunited with director Ron Howard for Apollo 13, a film about America's third moon landing, which received 9 Oscar nominations. That year, he also voiced Sheriff Woody in Pixar's Toy Story. His voice acting in the film, filled with childlike charm, earned him a nomination for the Annie Award for voice acting. Both Apollo 13 and Toy Story topped the global box office that year. In 1996, Hanks wrote, directed, and starred in That Thing You Do, featuring Charlize Theron. The film's music was Oscar-nominated. In 1998, he starred in Steven Spielberg's Saving Private Ryan, a World War II film that became a classic and won 5 Oscars. His performance earned him another Oscar nomination. Hanks also produced the acclaimed series Band of Brothers and The Pacific, both winning Emmy Awards. In 1999, he starred in The Green Mile, adapted from Stephen King's novel. The film, exploring themes of religion and morality,
Please, don't put me to talk. I'm afraid of the dark.
received 4 Oscar nominations and was Hanks' 10th film to gross over $100 million. The mystery of Hanks' frequent long-bearded appearances was solved with the release of Cast Away in 2000. He played a FedEx engineer stranded on a deserted island, delivering a powerful performance that captivated audiences. The film was shot in reverse order, with Hanks gaining nearly 50 pounds during a year-long break to authentically portray his character's transformation. Cast Away was among the top 10 global box office hits of the year, earning Hanks his 5th Oscar nomination and a Golden Globe for Best Actor. In June 2001, Hanks received the American Film Institute's Lifetime Achievement Award, becoming its youngest recipient. This award recognizes those who have significantly advanced the art of film, a testament to Hanks's remarkable contributions to cinema. Some might argue about his mainstream appeal, but for an actor as decorated as Tom Hanks, awards speak louder than conventional definitions of fame. His unique contribution to cinema is irreplaceable. After receiving the youngest ever Lifetime Achievement Award, Hanks continued to embrace challenging roles. In 2002, he starred in the crime drama Road to Perdition, alongside Daniel Craig, Jude Law, and legendary actor Paul Newman. Breaking away from his typical inspirational image, Hanks played a mob hitman seeking revenge with his eldest son. His portrayal of the character's complex emotional turmoil was critically acclaimed, despite not winning an award. Hanks collaborated again with Steven Spielberg in Catch Me If You Can, a true story where he played an FBI agent chasing Leonardo DiCaprio's character. In 2004, he teamed up with Spielberg once more in the romantic film The Terminal. Based on a true story, it follows a man who becomes stateless overnight due to a coup in his country and is forced to live in Kennedy International Airport. Hanks's character, Victor Navorsky, was inspired by Mehran Karimi Nasseri, who lived in an airport for 18 years. Spielberg transformed this story into a heartwarming, inspirational comedy. For the film, a full-size airport terminal was constructed over 5 months, and the airport shop employees were played by actual salespeople. Hanks's portrayal of Victor as a simple, honest man facing life with optimism and finding happiness in the airport was deeply moving. The film also featured Zoe Saldana before her roles in Avatar and Guardians of the Galaxy, and Catherine Zeta-Jones, known for The Mask of Zorro. In 2006, The Da Vinci Code was released, with Hanks brilliantly playing the smart and wise Professor Langdon. The film was a commercial success, grossing $760 million worldwide and spawning a series. Hanks reprised his role in Angels and Demons and Inferno, making Langdon the only character he has played more than once. In 2012, Hanks appeared in the Wachowskis' sci-fi epic Cloud Atlas, adapted from the novel. The film, with its strong cast and non-linear narrative, tells 6 stories across different timelines. Hanks played 6 distinct roles, showcasing his versatility. However, the film's length and complex narrative led to mixed reviews and even a spot on Time magazine's Worst Films of the Year list. Despite this, Cloud Atlas is a thought-provoking watch. In 2013, Hanks starred in Captain Phillips, another true story adaptation. He played the titular captain whose ship was hijacked by pirates. The director kept Hanks and the actors playing the pirates apart until filming to create authentic tension. The film's climax, where Hanks's character is rescued, is particularly poignant. Surprisingly, he did not receive an Oscar nomination for this role. As one of Hollywood's most influential actors, Hanks continued to star in true story adaptations like Bridge of Spies, Sully, and The Post. His portrayal of Captain Chesley, Sully Sullenberger in Sully, was lauded as one of his finest recent performances. The film recounts Sully's heroic emergency landing on the Hudson River, saving 155 lives. For this role, Hanks was nominated for the 43rd People's Choice Award for Favorite Dramatic Movie Actor. This award, spanning film, TV, and music, is voted on by the public, highlighting Hanks's enduring popularity. Despite his superstar status, Hanks is known for his humility and approachability. He's been seen congratulating a couple on their wedding in a park, halting a film shoot to help a bride and her father reach their wedding ceremony, and generously paying for meals at a burger joint. He's also a dedicated philanthropist, supporting over 30 charities, which led to him receiving the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2016. In 2019, Hanks portrayed America's beloved TV host Fred Rogers in A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, earning an Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actor, his first in 20 years since Cast Away. The following year, he starred in Greyhound and News of the World. At the 2020 Golden Globe Awards, Hanks, with over 40 years in the industry, received the Cecil B. DeMille Award for Lifetime Achievement. In 2021, he starred in the sci-fi film Finch, playing a skilled engineer, and was nominated for the Critics' Choice Super Awards for Best Actor in a Science Fiction Fantasy Movie. In 2022, he co-starred with Austin Butler in the biographical film Elvis. In the same year, he remade a film originally from Sweden, A Man Called Otto, and it's equally acclaimed as a great movie. Tom Hanks' profound understanding of life, humanity, and the art of acting shines through in his own words. Here are some of his most inspiring quotes, which encapsulate his thoughtful perspective on the complexities of life and the nuances of the human experience.
Everybody has something that chews them up, and for me, that thing was always loneliness. The cinema has the power to make you not feel lonely, even when you are. Truth is, I'll never know all there is to know about you, just as you will never know all there is to know about me. Humans are by nature too complicated to be understood fully, so we can choose either to approach our fellow human beings with suspicion or to approach them with an open mind, a dash of optimism, and a great deal of candor. As long as you, as an individual, can convince yourself that in order to move forward as best you can, you have to be optimistic, you can be described as one of the faithful, one of those people who can say, well, look, something's going to happen. Let's just keep trying. Let's not give up. You cannot look up at the night sky on the planet Earth and not wonder what it's like to be up there amongst the stars. And I always look up at the moon and see it as the single most romantic place within the cosmos. Some people are cowards. I think by and large, a third of people are villains, a third are cowards, and a third are heroes. Now, a villain and a coward can choose to be a hero, but they've got to make that choice. If it wasn't hard, everyone would do it. It's the hard that makes it great.
Hanks's ability to bring depth and humanity to every character he portrays has not only earned him critical acclaim and numerous awards, but also a special place in the hearts of audiences worldwide. As we look back on his illustrious career, it's clear that Tom Hanks is not just an actor but a true storyteller, whose legacy will continue to influence and inspire future generations.